here's what happens when you have this in place. You get the skills and the space to create synergy. So each of the roles have skill sets that we need, including the visionizers, but we also need the space in the roles. Each role needs space to own and get the ish done, okay? And so what happens, what are the outcomes that happen when you apply this model? Well, first, you're unleashing untapped talent inside of people that you didn't even know had other skills that could apply. That's why we shared the story about Sarah and me earlier, because then she's like, just trust me, bring me on as an intern. And I'm like, okay, but I think you're going to quit tomorrow. Like in my mind, it was like, you're going to quit because you're going to get bored or like, you know, whatever. And a great unicorn on your team starts to see opportunities to fix things. The thing about mobilizers and strategizers you need to know is they like to fix and finish things. Visionizers, we have a hard time finishing anything. Okay, we want to move on to the next idea, but they actually enjoy it. A great mobilizer and strategizer enjoys completion. They are running more on what I call accomplishment energy, whereas visionizers are working on innovation energy. Like we always want to create something new, right? And what we need is the space to still create, but still know that we can pay ourselves and our people and make a difference, okay? When you implement this model into your company, you'll collapse time, you'll increase your energy for the things that matter, you'll multiply your money moves, you will eliminate waste. You will also account for my friend Jim Quick. If you don't know him, he's like a celebrity brain coach. He has a really great YouTube channel. He talks about there are 3 things that you can't avoid as a small business owner anymore: AI, automation, and Asians. And what he means by Asians is he means outsourcing. He means that like that's still and will continue to happen. So what's more valuable in the world than a unicorn team that can actually, like, people want to learn from real people still. They do. That's how you're also going to get higher ticket buyers, because people can buy widgets of anything online, including courses and programs. But having access to your intellectual property makes you a brand. If you're thinking that AI, automation, and outsourcing are going to be the keys to everything you do, I would argue that they're not the first place you go. You get the foundation done first with understanding the unicorn team model, and then you figure out, could AI make me more efficient in this area? Maybe you don't need a person for that, right? But you have to try it and make sure it fits into the model. I would argue that AI is like a mobilizer. It's definitely not a strategizer for you. AI is not a strategizer. AI is a mobilizer potentially, but just to help you do like small efficient tasks, not to think through an entire process and actually implement it. The other thing about the unicorn team model that's different from most other people who teach this stuff, and most people teach it from the place of team, we teach it from the place of brand. We're like, this is ultimately how you're going to create a brand. And if you recognize that that's what you really want, then that'll resonate with you. Some people are like, I just need to know how to run my team. I'm like, this is running your team, but it's more that your team is part of the brand. And so because of that, we don't focus on accountability. This is an accountability map. This is an ownership map. Ownership is a lot different than accountability. Ownership means that the people who are sitting in these roles understand that it's theirs to get done, complete, and do it excellently. They understand it. They own it. They own responsibility for it. They own if it goes well, and they own if it doesn't go well, right? And accountability just means like, have you ever had somebody go, well, you didn't really teach me how you wanted it done, so this is what I did, right? And that's great because that's probably true for most people. But what a great unicorn team says instead is, I thought I had it thought out and I flowed through the process, but it's the first time we did it together. And now I own the parts that were breakdowns, and I'm committed to making sure they're resolved, and I need your help to resolve them. That's how a unicorn team communicates with each other. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have hard conversations. Well, you know, Unicorn team doesn't solve conflict. It helps manage it. Conflict is required for growth because we're human beings who interpret things differently. And so it's important to lean in and lead.